Hey everybody, it's Jody and it's time for a ukulele review. Let's take a look at this baby. Today we're going to be reviewing this little Donner Soprano ukulele. This is the DUS-410 and it was sent to me by Donner in exchange for my honest review. So that is what you're going to be getting today. As always, I'll talk about the specs and the design and the playability and the sound and the value. So let's get into it, shall we? This is a soprano ukulele and it has a solid spruce top. That's my favorite part. It's got a nice solid spruce top and it's thin. It's nice and thin, and that's what you want because you want it to be able to resonate. So they did a good job with that. A lot of these budget brands make really use chunky wood, and we don't want that. We want it to be as thin as it can be and still be stable. So that's what we have here. And then we have a laminate back and sides, laminate mahogany. They call it African mahogany. There we go. This, as I mentioned, is very nice and thin and light. The whole weight of this entire ukulele is 14.2 ounces or 402 grams. Now, to compare that, I weighed my Koaloha soprano ukulele, and that's made out of solid koa, and that's 14 ounces or 396 grams. And I want to point out this one has strap buttons, which could account for most of that extra 6 grams. So yeah, this is built nice and light, and I really appreciate that. And I think it translates to the sound, which you'll hear in a moment. Let's see what else. We have a rosewood fretboard and bridge. It's nice and dark. I like the dark fretboards. And we have a dark headstock. I don't know. They don't really say what that plating is, but I like it. And then we have a mahogany neck that's in 3 pieces. There's a little joint here and a joint up here, but they're not super obvious, which I like and appreciate. We have geared tuners, closed geared tuners. They're unbranded, and they're working fine. They're 18-to-1 gear, 18-to-1 ratio. And my only gripe with them is I think they might be a little heavy for this little guy, because when you hold the ukulele, you can see it's not balanced. It's a little bit heavy on that end. So I have a feeling it's because of these tuners. However, it doesn't bother me, and it doesn't really affect the playability for me, but I did want to point it out. I'm going to have to put right up here what the nut and saddle are made out of, because I forget. But the nut is 1.5 inches or 38 millimeters, which is a little bit wider than some ukuleles. I think most ukuleles are between 35 and 38 millimeters, and I didn't think I liked them. So that's 1.5 inches. I didn't think I liked it that wide, but I didn't even notice it at first on this one. And some people really prefer the little extra space. So that's what you get with this one. And we have fret markers on the front and on the side. And we have this little rosette right here. In the listing, they just call it concentric circles. But it is not uniform in color. It almost looks like, I don't really even know I don't know what it is. But for me, it's just enough interest. And this camera isn't really picking it up that great. Maybe I'll insert a photo. But for me, it's just enough interest. And that's it for the ornamentation. There's no purfling or binding on this ukulele. So now we're getting into the design. And for me, that's okay. Some people prefer a little bit more eye-catching features. But for me, I quite like the look of this one on its own, like this. I could do with a little bit more interest in the wood grain and the mahogany. But for me, again, this spruce top is the star of the show here. And I guess that's really it for design. Not much more to say. So let's talk about playability. The frets were nice and smooth. I mentioned the wider nut. The action's a little high for me. When I get down trying to play down here, it's a little high. I measured it, it's right at 3 millimeters, maybe a tiny bit more than 3 millimeters at the 12th fret. And I prefer more like, 2.25 millimeters. So for me, I would kind of like this to be lowered a little bit, which isn't hard. I've done it before. You take off the strings, remove the saddle, sand it evenly, and then put it back in. So that I think would help this ukulele a little bit. Also, the intonation is not the greatest as you move up the neck, and that might help it also. I don't know. Playability. It comes with a strap, which I appreciate. Also, I think that makes it easier to play, and that kind of combats any of the top-heavy issue. Kind of keeps it more stable for you. We'll get into the accessories when we talk about the value, but if you don't like strap buttons, it's there. It's not one of the options. It just comes with the strap buttons. So yeah, that's about it with the playability. It came with nylon or carbon. They call them carbon nylon strings, and they're okay. I think I would prefer Aquila, which is an interesting thing to note because it came with an Aquila tag on it, but they're not Aquila strings. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but in the listing they don't claim to come with Aquila strings, so I wouldn't say it's like false advertising, because they don't say that it comes with Aquila strings in the listing. But I will probably switch out these strings because I think that Aquila strings would be really fun on this little soprano. So let's listen to it. I should probably tune it. All right, all tuned up. Let's take a listen. That's what it sounds like. I like it. It's loud. It's definitely loud. It's got a spruce top. The spruce is punchy and crisp and bright. And so are sopranos, just by generality, by their size. So it's a nice, punchy, bright, loud ukulele. It's got pretty good sustain. Definitely. Yeah, it's got some good sustain to it, and it's pretty resonant. I like the sound of this one quite a bit. I think it loses a little bit as I move up the string. It gets a little bit duller, and it doesn't sound as great of the neck, in my opinion. Part of that could be my playing, and part of that could be because the action makes my playing more hampered up here. I don't know. But up here in first position, I think it sounds pretty darn good. And it's, I don't want to say it's a beginner ukulele. It doesn't have to be, but the price point definitely is. And so you're probably going to be playing it up here a lot. I think I like it strummed better. I think it would sound really good with the keyless strings because the keyless strings are very percussive, and I think that would give you even a little bit more bite to it. I still like it fingerpicked though, but it's just really bright and crisp. So there you have it. I think it sounds good. I mean, all right, let's get into the value, okay? This thing is $55 on Amazon currently. The link will be down below. It's $55. I mean, that's a really good price, and it comes with some stuff too. So we'll get into that, but it's a pretty good value because we've got the solid spruce wood on the top. And we've got this nice build, nice light build, and I didn't see any blemishes on it at all. I mean, the only thing is the action's a little high, and that's totally adjustable. So I think it's a pretty darn good value. Let's take a look at what it comes with, okay? It comes with this case. Look at it. It's nice. It's got... I guess that's printed on their logo, a couple palm trees and their Donner logo. It's got this orange piping. Me being a Bengals fan, kind of like the black and orange here. That's on the back as well. It's got 2 backpack straps, which I love. It does not have, oh yeah, it does have a handle here as well, with a tiny bit of padding inside it. It's not super thick padding, but it's got some padding in it as well. Does it open? Yeah, it doesn't open all the way. It opens to there. And then we've got a pretty darn big pocket for a soprano, gig bag. Look at that. Look at all the depth in that. So that's the case it comes with. It comes with a strap. The strap is pretty thin. That's the back of it. But you don't really need that robust strap for a soprano ukulele. One thing that I did notice, however, is where the hole is, there's a lot of extra material. And so when you strap it in here, that kind of gets in the way, you know, of your playing if you're trying to play up here. I'm sure you could cut that, but I did want to point it out. So that's the strap. It comes with a little cleaning cloth that has this big code on it that takes you to their website. I don't think that's necessary. It's got the website on it, but anyway, we got that cleaning cloth and a tuner, very important. And it came with picks, which I've already misplaced because I don't use picks. And it came with an extra set of carbon nylon strings, which I won't be using. All for $55. This, I mentioned, is what was on the ukulele when I unboxed it. So this one we can disregard because it does not come with the Super Nylon strings. But it does have this cool little thing. I'm going to try and get a better picture of this than I did in the unboxing. It is Common Chord Summary chart, and it's got little pictures. Can you see it? It's got pictures of the fingers on the ukulele. I've never seen it depicted quite like that. The fingers look a little like zombie fingers, but I think that's a pretty cool feature. And then we have this right here, and I'm bringing this up because we're talking about value. This is the value section, and they have some notes about after sales service. And basically they're saying that it's got a 1-year free warranty. It says there's a 1-year free warranty and lifelong warranty with fee. If ukulele needs maintenance beyond the warranty period, the maintenance fee will be calculated according to the actual cost. That's number 2. Let me go back to number 1. Number 1, consumers who buy ukulele within 1 month own the after-sales service of free exchange or returns when a ukulele appears quality problem such as cracking, deformation, and degumming, and there's a 1-year free maintenance of quality problems. Number 3, the damage of consumables caused by factitious misuse such as cracking, breaking, scraping, split, and strings are not within the warranty. Number 4, the proof of purchase must be shown. And number 5, the right of after-sales notes and modification belongs to Donner. So this is the first one that I've seen that talks about service and maintenance, and I'm really curious where that's done, how that's done, who's doing it. But it's interesting, and I just thought I'd note it. If you wanted to try to have work done on it or something, looks like maybe you can. Again, it's only $55. I don't know, how much you would want to sink into it. But if it's something that is a defect or something, sounds like they could fix it or replace it, which is nice to know. Then the other side of the little tag talks about maintenance of the ukulele and the proper humidity that it should be at and things like that on this side. So there we have it. That is the Donner DUS-410 Soprano Solid Spruce Top Ukulele. Well, what do you think? I like it. This is my first Donner. I'm hoping I get a chance to review some more so I can get a better feel for the brand. But I like it a lot. It doesn't feel super cheap to me. It doesn't feel clunky. I could do without the strap, honestly, with this little soprano. But yeah, it plays nice. It sounds nice. It's fun. And very, very affordable. So it gets my stamp of approval. I mean, listen to that. It's crisp. So tell me what you think, guys. I'd love to hear your opinion, and tell me if you own a Donner, which one you have, what you think of it. I'd love to hear that as well. Have a great day, guys. Don't forget to play your ukulele today and every day. Feed your souls, and I'll be back soon. Bye.